Hello everybody, it's been over a week since I started playing Evolve Stage 2, and I've already been asked by some people, I'm going to show them on the screen right now, for me to make an Evolve Stage 2 tier list. And now that the game is alive, I can make my monster tier list, finally. So, do I have some opinions? Let's start off with Goliath. So Goliath, he's still an A tier. He's still just very balanced monster. Delicioso, you know? He's very just all around great. His rock throw is good. It can be rock blocked, but it still does like a crap ton of damage. His lead smash at 3 points. Super wide area of effect. Very tall vertical hitbox. It's very good for hitting hunters. It lands very consistently. Fire Breath, undodgeable. What are you gonna do? Dodge Fire Breath? And Charge. Charge is just Charge. Like, nothing really much changed about Goliath. He's just very all around a great character, and probably the same as in Legacy. He just controls way better. And then we have his brother, Meteor Goliath. Now, in my original tier list, I think I put Meteor Goliath in D tier or C tier, but in Stage 2, oh my god, he is S tier. Meteor Goliath is the same as regular Goliath, except everything he does dot damage. And if there's anything that you don't want in Stage 2, it's dot damage. All of his abilities have insane amounts of damage over time, and along with the melees, abilities plus melees plus dot is like extremely hard to heal for any medic in the game. So the best perks in Stage 2 are probably poison perks for monster, because just you want to apply consistent damage. He doesn't really have that many counters, unless you count, well, it's not counting them, it's his only counters are medics that heal themselves, and probably like AoE medics, but they still have like a very high chance of probably losing to this monster. So Slim and Paladin Parnell are probably your best bets against this monster, or Kyra Rogue Val. Those are the best bets. Do not run Lazarus. You will die with Lazarus. Like, even if you run damage comp, he will just go after that Lazarus and you're dead. So yeah, Meteor Goliath is insane, and I actually don't dislike going against Meteor Goliath. And just so we're clear, we're talking about like absolute high level gameplay right now. This isn't just casual gameplay, so I'm going to be placing the monsters where I think they would fall if the game was being played ultra competitively. Next up, we have Kraken. Kraken in Stage 2, I actually have a special slot for him called the Void, because he is just absolutely asinine. Absolutely terrible. What a terrible monster. Oh, what did they do to my boy Kraken, bro? He is slow. Very slow. In a game, in Stage 2, the hunters are much faster, so you're not going to get away with your little traversals. Like, it's just, you're too slow. And your abilities, Lightning Strike, I'm pretty sure it has a decent get you right now, but it doesn't hit hunters most of the time. You can dodge it very easily. Banshee Mines can still be killed like in Legacy. Vortex and Aftershock are probably your best bets, to be honest. And even then, like, his damage, like, he just has so minimal damage that you can't really do much to people, especially if you have a high healing medic. I played a game as Kraken the other day, and I was trying to kill a downed body for about over like 2 or 3 minutes, and I just could not kill it, and I was just spamming him with abilities. Your best bet on Kraken is probably to run like aggravated healing or something, the ones that decrease healing on hunters. And yeah, Kraken is just absolutely garbage. I would send him to the Void. Then next up we have his brother Kelder. He was good in Legacy, he was busted in Legacy, but in Stage 2 he was actually very balanced. And I actually enjoy going against Kelder quite a bit. He's a very like all-around good monster. He still has his Death Spiral and Banshee Missile, which are insane. Don't run Chain Lightning on him. It's not very good. I mean, I guess it's only good if you're running like, if the hunters are running a deployable team like Bucket Emmett or something with harpoons and stuff. I guess that's the only time you really want to use Chain Lightning. But other than that, like, you can probably get away with just running Lightning Strike, Banshee Missile, and Death Spiral. But yeah, all around, because the hunters can dodge more, they nerfed his damage. His only real problem is that like he's just slow. He's slow like Kraken, but he has very high burst damage, and he's just a great monster. He doesn't have any dot, so he's not like annoying, and yeah, he's just a good, just all around good monster. Then we have Wraith. I'm not gonna say Wraith is a void tier, but Wraith is definitely not a good monster in stage 2. Her damage has been nerfed severely. She has lost her crown from the spot in Legacy, and that's very unfortunate. But the only thing she really has going for her are isolation stacks, and in high level evolved gameplay, hunters aren't really going to split with each other that much. And even if you do get a 3 times isolated hunter, most likely hunters are going to be like, his teammates are going to be near him to defend him. And yeah, Wraith just doesn't have any damage. Her decoy is uncontrollable. Like, you'll put it on a hunter that you're focusing and it will go after someone else. Her warp blast is the same. It's kind of undodgeable. Her abduction is the same. They just like they nerf her damage, and she's just absolutely terrible. And she has a low health bar. She's a glass cannon, but just a worse cannon. Like, I would not play Wraith in high level. Definitely not. Next up we have Bob. Bob, right there. Right there. It's kind of weird because all the monsters that were like trash in Legacy are now good in stage 2. In my original tier list, I think I was biased about Bob because of Slim Hink. Slim Hink is actually the only comp that can beat Bob, especially in stage 2. He has a passive in stage 2 where he gains more damage reduction the more you shoot him. So the longer that you're shooting Bob, he will gain damage reduction stacks, and with his huge health bar, he's already not going to get damaged that much. And his abilities are all the same, just better. So Lava Bomb, you can actually move and manipulate your Lava Bomb location when you're outputting it. His Fissure is just Fissure. His Rock Wall has damage over time now. It sets on fire. And you can actually abuse the Rock Wall and how the armor regen works in stage 2 by going into a corner and rock walling yourself into that corner so that the hunters can't shoot you, and you just crouch in that corner and you gain like a crap ton of armor regen, and it's really annoying on Bob. But yeah, if you're ever in a lick of trouble, just go into a corner, rock wall, crouch there, and just, you know, you have infinite armor. So Lava Bomb, Tongue Grab, Fissure, and Rock Wall. Yeah, I talked about all of them. And his Lava Bomb is changed to so it's just a giant bubble. So it's basically impossible to dodge now. You can use 2 dodges. You'll still get hit by the edge of the bubble. It's not as much damage as impact damage, but it's still damage nonetheless. And his Tongue Grab was nerfed, but you can still roll into hunters. Like, you can't death combo on Bob anymore, but you can roll into the hunters after you Tongue Grab them. So... But most likely you're not going to want to put 3 points in a Tongue Grab because hunters can dodge out of it early. So Bob is definitely S tier with his damage reduction and improved abilities. And also just improved maneuverability as well. He doesn't get stuck on as much trees and wildlife as he used to. He just kind of rolls over them, you know, like a monster should. And then we got Gorgon, which was actually a very hard one to put on the tier list. But me and other people agree that Gorgon is probably in B tier. He's a B tier monster. She's good. None of her abilities are really dodgeable, just avoidable. Her Mimic can be killed, her Spiders can be killed, but Web Snare and Acid Spit most of the time are unavoidable, especially with Web Snare at 3 points. That is entirely unavoidable. Spider really depends on like if you can do enough damage to it or not, and if you get caught in that spider, you can get comboed so quickly, and like your health will just get eviscerated by Gorgon. But still, she is a small monster, very nimble. She gets countered by damage comp still, and yeah, her abilities are able to be killed, which is like not good for any monster. Kraken already is trash, and he has like Banshee Mines that you can kill. So yeah. Gorgon, just not really that great. She does counter a couple hunters like Slim and low healing hunters, or like hunters that go invisible such as Laz, but yeah, no, she's all around just eh. She's not as good as Goliath or Kelder, because she can get like absolutely eviscerated. So yeah, I guess that's Gorgon. And then we finally have Popsicle, and Popsicle, new monster. Where would I put this monster? After speaking with some higher ups for a time, we agreed upon Popsicle being probably in the same level as Wraith. And I know that sounds weird because Popsicle, like, we have Bob in S tier and we have Popsicle in D tier next to Wraith. So why is that? Popsicle basically has the reverse passive of regular Bob. While Bob starts off with no DR and gains DR, Popsicle starts with max DR and loses DR. So the more you shoot the biggest target in the game, the less damage reduction you're gonna have, up to the point of like getting melted. Not only that, but his attacks rely mostly on debuff, and the hunters are actually staying in the attacks. I mean, sure, you can hit an ice bomb on a hunter and like get impact damage on them, but they can dodge out of it. Most casual hunters don't really understand the fact that the blue stuff is kind of damaging you, but other than that, competitive players will just dodge out of your abilities like instantly and just not care. You just have to get out of his abilities, and you won't have dot over time. Like, you won't have damage over time, and you won't have slow swap speed or anything. Like, it just gets rid of it that quickly, and you just shoot the biggest target in the game. And his tongue grab, it's its tongue spear actually. It pushes people away instead of pulling people in. It can actually mess you up big time in some rare cases where it will just push the hunter away like forever away, like all the way to Kentucky, bro. He's never coming back. And then he has his little melee fissures, which are nothing compared to regular Bob's fissures. They're okay. They're good for sniping, but like other than that, his damage is just very healable, I guess. If hunters just dodge out of it, like the only thing he really has going for him are his melees and his ice bomb, and then like, I guess the counter for Popsicle would be to ice grab a hunter into a wall, and then you can spam them with abilities, but that means they have to be on the ground. If they fly up in the air, you will send them all the way to the top of the skybox, like, and you won't be able to land any abilities, and they'll most likely just get healed by the time they come down, unless they're running like Kyra or Paladin Parnell or something. So most of the time you can just mess yourself up on Popsicle more than save yourself. He is still a very fun monster to play, though. All the monsters in this tier list are very fun to play. It's just some of them are better than others. And this is my Evolved Monster tier list. I made it very quickly. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and tell me what you think about like who's the best and who's the worst. Subscribe.